Tournament being held in Machakos, 60 kilometers away from Nairobi, and we are approaching the business end of the tournament, playing the finals. We're starting first with the Shield final, and then we go to the Ball final, and then we go to, I think, a third and fourth game between Tunisia and Zimbabwe, and then we will have the main cup final between South Africa and Kenya, which will be a repeat of the pool game. Shield, ball, plate? No. No, here.
To kick off the Shield final.
No plate, huh?
With Namibia taking on Senegal.
Okay.
This overall
Man, kick a time you're on.
will be taking on Uganda.
And this is what? Shield, yeah? This is shield. Yes, yeah. So there's no shield that might split them up. So this is
Mark here.
all right. We are on. Is the ball, eh?
Step 5 all the way.
The shield.
Step
This
5.
is the shield final between
Crouch.
Senegal and Namibia. Namibia have not scored a try in this whole tournament. Senegal
Ball out.
have blown hot and cold in this tournament so far. But if you ask me, they are the favorites for this game. And very
Touch.
sunny skies here in Machakos, a
Blue
very
ball.
lively crowd which was cheering Kenya all the
touch
way
here.
to the final. So this is the
Come in,
shield
come in.
final
Come in.
between Senegal and Namibia. Senegal already on the attack.
Straight in.
Senegal, now Namibia have the ball right now, but their lineup was not straight, was crooked, and it will
Scrum
be
down, line out.
a Senegal
Scrum down,
ball.
line out. Scrum down or line out. Scrum down. Line out. Okay, line out.
If
green
you're just
ball.
joining us,
Look
welcome to the
straight.
Confederation of African Rugby Sevens Tournament. It's
Straight
the
in.
Shield final, Senegal versus Namibia.
Play.
Remember, the Namibians are
Five.
yet to score a try in this tournament. And just walking off the pitch, I can see the walking wounded of Tunisia. It's very sad,
Okay.
but such is the nature of sports. What can the Namibians do? They have not scored a try in this tournament. Can they get one in this opening game against Senegal? And it's going to be a Senegal ball here. Senegal on the attack, and the referee has awarded them a penalty.
Side knocks on, this side knocks on.
We have barely played a minute and a half of this game. Nobody has scored a try yet in this match. But so far, it's Senegal on the
Scrum, green ball.
ascendancy. They're on the attack,
Blue knock
playing
on.
very, very well so far.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
The pitch is in immaculate shape here
Hold.
at the
Listen to
Machakos
the call,
Stadium.
Blue, eh? Don't
It's a
engage
Confederation
before
of
the
African
first
Rugby tournament being played
Crouch.
here 60 kilometers away from Nairobi in Machakos.
Good luck.
And Senegal on the attack again. Can they make
back.
something out of this scrum
Roll away,
set
take left.
piece?
Blue stay. Get back.
Senegal once again on the
Play.
attack, but Namibia
No
counter-racking,
hands, no hands, green. Green, no hands.
counter-racking very,
Green,
very
no
well.
hands.
And they win the penalty. For all intents and purposes, we would love to see Namibia scoring a try, and that's a brilliant break, a brilliant line break there from Namibia.
Get back, green. Get back.
Brilliant line break there, and I can see Fulchen Bok with the ball. Passes it out to
Roll away, green.
Leonora Eberene.
Green, get back.
Namibia being counter-attacked there by the Tunisians at the breakdown.
It's all right.
By the Senegalese, sorry. And the Senegal on the attack right now. And Diouf Ndiaye is going all the way to the try post. It's going to be Senegal 5, Namibia 0. And that is the opening try of this Shield final.
Next tackle there.
The Namibians looking to have built something very beautiful in the phases. But once again, losing the ball at the contact area. And the Senegalese profiting. And Senegal go ahead here by 5 points to 0. The try scorer there, Diouf Ndiaye with the try. They need to get the conversion. Namibia making their debut in the tournament, but they've really struggled. Haven't gotten a try in the 4 games they've played today. Maybe they could get a try in this game, we don't know. But the Senegalese off to a great start, and the conversion is good. It's 7 points to nil. Senegal in the lead here at the Confederation of African Rugby tournament here in Machakos. Senegal 7, Namibia 0. And it'll be Senegal to restart for us here. The sun is out, picture perfect weather conditions
Playing
playing rugby. And they kick it to the Namibian half. What can Namibia do with this ball? They retain the possession there. Good play there from Fulkhead Bok, but out into touch.
Play.
Senegal leading by 7 points to 0. And it's going to be a scrum feed for the Namibians. The Namibians have showed flashes in brilliance, but not the consistency and the momentum to carry the team to the try box. They have really struggled so far. And Senegal,
Keep it down.
the early break,
Keep it down, okay?
and a 7-0 lead. I welcome back Hilary Teller.
Crouch.
Pure pride to play for in this game.
Fine.
Both
Set.
teams are looking at finishing above the other.
Good.
This will be the team that finish either 7th or 8th in the tournament.
Driving.
Just a recap of the semi-finals that we've actually had.
Rotate.
Kenya versus Tunisia, South Africa, Zimbabwe. Just been informed that the two teams that will get into the final will take part in another qualifier to decide which team represents Africa in the female version of the IRB series. Hence the reason why the Tunisians were very gutted at the result.
That makes sense now. That makes sense because it'll be fantastic for the winner to go and take part in the IRB 7 series for the ladies, which has been played so far this season, and a big game that will be between South Africa and Kenya in the final. And Tunisia, you could see the emotion and the heartache. They have missed out on the chance to win the IRB 7 series for the ladies, and an opportunity beckoning for Kenya or South Africa to play. And Senegal on the attack again. Senegal playing pretty well, and a rampaging run there by Diame Fatou
From the side.
for Senegal.
Advantage. From the side.
And this will be a try for Senegal.
over.
Easy does it there. And Konde Awa with the second try for Senegal. It's now 12 points to nil. Senegal leading Namibia 12-0. And the Namibian players are falling like flies.
Great strength shown in there. You always expect to see some little bit of grace, but in the game of rugby, it's all about brute strength and power. And that's exactly what Minnie Maritare showed right in there on her way to score. Senegal's second try, right at the buzzer. Conversion still to come.
Half-time scores for Senegal.
Conversion is good, and it's 14-0 to Senegal
14.
as we approach the halftime break right now. 14-0 to Senegal in the Shield final of the Confederation of African Rugby tournament being played here in Machakos. And let's listen to what the coaches are going to tell their respective teams right now.
You were just joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ball final of the tournament. Shield final, sorry. Shield final of the tournament. Coming up next, we will have the ball final. Madagascar will take on Uganda for the ball final of the women's 2014 Sevens Championship.
Right in your pitches, Christian Kotzia for Namibia, set to kick us off in the second half of this 7th, 8th place match. The 2014 Confederation of African Rugby Women's Sevens tournament being played in Machakos, Kenya.
Hand kick here.
Namibia left to kick.
Play.
Senegal make a meal out of it. Knock on advantage.
Advantage.
Namibia. So the short
Scrum down.
kickoff seems to go back and bounce into their hands.
Yeah, but they need to do. They need to hold on to possession and execute the attack properly. They have had a few chances here and there, but they've not just been able to continue the momentum in the first play from the very few chances that they've had. And it's going to be put in the scrum against Senegal. Remember, Senegal leading by 14 points to nil. And they've lost their ball there, and it's Senegal right now trying to build an attack here. What can the Senegalese do?
Run away, tackler.
Namibia.
That is one of the
Look
biggest
it
problems
over.
in rugby. Losing a scrum against a head, not good. The Namibian coaching team must be very
Run
clear
away,
wherever
blue.
they sit.
Blue, run away.
Senegal
Don't
retain the
interfere.
possession.
Get back.
They still need to get out of the area, leading 14 points to 0, trying to grind our way out through the Namibian defense. They're retaining possession, testament to them. And Sisa Sise Kamara takes Martin Horn and runs on straight. Referee calls for a high tackle, so there's penalty advantage for Senegal. And out of nowhere, the two-try hero in the previous game, Diop Ndeye, goes on into the center post and scores Senegal's third try. Diop Ndeye scores a third try in as many games.
Simple try there for Senegal, I think. Once again, they built through the faces again. Neat hands, quick hands, and the gap just opened up, and Senegal extending their lead to 19 points to nil here in the Shield final against Namibia. Namibia clearly out of their depth, but will improve in the years to come. But clearly they are looking out of the depth so far. And
Senegal did finish 6th in last year's event. This is a 7th and 8th place playoff, so the best they are actually likely to finish in this year's event is 7th. So they've gone one rank lower.
Yes, one rank lower, and probably they'll need to improve if they're to challenge the big teams in this competition: South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and Namibia. Really struggling right now.
Notable absentees in this year's event who participated in Tunisia last year, Morocco and Ivory Coast. They're the ones who were replaced by Namibia and Madagascar, who I think Madagascar have actually given a good account of themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, Madagascar have been exceptional. They have been fantastic.
Conversion for the extra 2 points good. Senegal extend the lead 21 points to 0. Namibia still, unfortunately, yet to score a point in this year's event.
Yes, yet to score a penalty or even a try. So, can they get some points on the board?
I think the technical bench has decided that Westnet Janssen cannot continue, and Namibia looking at placing a replacement, and on the touchline I can actually Charity Goss coming on into the field of play. Looks like Westnet Janssen hurt herself trying to make that defensive tackle in the try that was scored by Senegal moments ago. Senegal kicks deep into Namibian territory, just near the 22-meter line. The three players well aligned get the ball back. A forward short pass gets all bouncing, and there's pressure again on the Namibian defense. Senegal with a very big
advantage.
In there.
Yeah, great stuff from Senegal there. They anticipated the ball very well, and before the Namibian player could even know what to do with the ball, was tackled absolutely brilliantly by the Senegalese. Senegal leading here by 21 points to nil. I think you could say this game is as good as gone from the Namibians. It's the second half of the Shield final between Senegal and Namibia. Senegal leading by 21 points to 0. What can the Senegalese do with this? They are on the attack here in the Namibian end zone.
Advantage.
And the
it's clear that this game looks like it's dead and buried already.
Yeah, I think they just want to get the next flight
Number 9.
out of Nairobi back to Windhoek.
Advantage in 10.
Senegal elect to do a very quick scratch on the penalty there, spreading the ball out wide, taking it deep into the Namibian territory, drawing in 3 defenders there. Good work done by Sheikh Ajafa to Binetu.
Blue, roll away, release, don't interfere.
He was guilty of getting sent off in the previous game, but seems to have actually made atonement for that end. All of a sudden, Sira Kamara runs right through to score Senegal's 5th try.
Fourth try for Senegal. Yeah, fourth try for Senegal. No, 26-0. 26-0. And like I said, the Namibian players are falling like flies. Another injury there.
All right, clear, clear, blue. Blue, clear.
Another injury to the Namibia, and it's gonna, I don't know if it's a blood bin, and in comes Bonita Josob. Conversion is good, and it's 28-0 to Senegal. 28-0 to Senegal. in the Shield final of the Confederation of African Rugby.
This is the Shield final. Namibia versus
Senegal look as if they have this dead and buried.
It's the ball final. Madagascar
Next
versus
up
Uganda.
will be Madagascar playing
Uganda
against
in the ball final.
Uganda to confirm who finishes in number 5 and number 6 position.
Once again, current scores: Senegal, Grenier.
But as it stands right now, Senegal look well on course to finish this tournament ranked in 7th position with an unassailable 28 points to 0 lead against Namibia.
Namibia clearly struggling. They've really not been at the races in all their games today. Being their first time at this tournament, maybe room for improvement, room to learn.
Namibia look like they're changing the game into soccer.
Yes.
No keen on keeping it on hands, just kicking it down. And it looks like it's working for them. That's the 3rd kick in succession. They're gaining yardage, so perhaps a full interpretation of the word rugby football. We're doing all the rugby and none of the football.
None of the football.
Senegal quickly recover the ball.
Roll away, Blue. Get back.
Clean rug. Ball looks like it
What's
can be
open?
played. Referee actually says that it can actually be played. The Namibians were guilty of being slow in there. The punt manages to luckily drive them 80 meters down. And all of a sudden it's pressure
Going
onto
back
Senegal.
play.
Namibia counter referee does not believe that was done clearly and
Went
playing
back.
advantage for Senegal. Seems to a judge that the Namibian players got into the side of the ruck. Senegal retained possession. There's that lady feet too, Bine too. Takes one tackling. Oh,
Back.
and unfortunately, no, the referee doesn't seem to think it was a knock-on. I thought that was a knock-on by
Roll away, Blue. Stay.
Senegal there.
Play.
And, Senegal just toying around now with Namibia. They're supporting players. Look at that pass, by the way, a Hail Mary pass. The passes are sticking and they're just lining up to queue. As simple as that. Look at 3 players. 3 players from Senegal. One of them will definitely score.
Went back, play.
Oh, and the pass was, will that be a try? Yes, the referee has given it as a try. 33 points to 0.
Adding on to that,
And that should definitely be the last piece of action here
to 0.
in the Shield final between Senegal and Namibia. Senegal comfortable winners here with a conversion to come, and Namibia's day is done. Senegal will be going back with the Shield trophy back to Dakar.
You rarely get to see that. People actually jogging to the try line in a 7th event. Senegal literally jogged that all the way, and then at the stroke of the final whistle, it ends. Senegal, emphatic 33-0 winners against debutants Namibia. Commiserations to Namibia, and congratulations to Senegal for winning the Shield event. Up next, the ball final.
Senegal,
Uganda
3 points.
playing against Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Coming up next, the ball final, ladies and gentlemen. Madagascar take on Uganda. Madagascar take on Uganda in the ball final. Right here in Machakos.
Should be a cracking game between these two sides who love to play a bit of expansive rugby, and can't tell you who's going to win, but it's going to be quite close.
Definitely, both teams have contrasting levels of play. Uganda prefer the more direct approach, crunching tackles, trying to grind down the team, and Madagascar have actually shown an affinity to spreading the ball out wide. They've got a couple of fleet-footed wingers out there.
Yes.
And very exciting to watch.
It's very, very to watch here. It's Senegal it's Madagascar versus Uganda.
Uganda playing in the all-red strip, playing from right to left on your screens, and Madagascar retain their green strip. This is the ball final of the 2014 Confederation of African Rugby Women's Tournament played in Machakos, Kenya. Uganda unlucky and unfortunate to not make it into the main cup semi-finals, having to settle for the bowl, and they actually did quite well make it to the bowl final. Looks like they are keen on at least getting some silver back home to Kampala, only about 600 kilometers away from Nairobi.
Yes, it's Madagascar in green and white. They'll be playing from left to right, while Uganda will be playing from right to left. And it's Madagascar who will kick us off in this game, which should be a very tight encounter, if you ask me.
Behind the kicker.
As they're walking wounded of Namibia being helped off the pitch. Let's see who's going to win this ball final between Madagascar versus Uganda.
Helen Mutame, Uganda captain, receives ball deep within her territory. She's got a bag full of tricks. Decides not to use any of them this time around, elected to play it safe. Takes in for a rack, ball quickly out, and Madagascar almost getting the intercept there. Fleet-footed Atieno was out in there, but the referee calls for a
Scrum,
knock-on by Uganda. The pressure by Madagascar enough to bring in an error from Uganda. Uganda have to be very wary and careful of the Madagascan players.
Yes, yeah, the Madagascar players very explosive, very fast, and that probably was an intercept
5 meters.
about to happen there for Madagascar,
Bind.
but
Set.
the referee called it. Has called it so far. It's Madagascar in the Ugandan half.
Yeah. Crouch.
It's Madagascar in the Ugandan half, and it's going to be their feet
Hold.
here, and they win the ball again there. What can they do?
All right, here.
And
Obstruction.
the Madagascans are penalized, and it's going to be Uganda here. Here comes the captain, Highland Bleme. Uganda trying to spread out the ball out wide, but taking a more direct approach here into contact play.
Now rock green, last hit.
Uganda versus Madagascar. Can the Ugandans strike first in this game? But pass wasn't well thought out, and it's going to be a penalty
Offside.
for Uganda. That the Madagascans were not 10
What is
meters.
Regina Atieno had positioned herself to take off in full flight. We've seen her in full graceful flight in the previous games, and just
Went
unlucky
back.
there to get a skewed pass. Broke up the advantage that she had within her stride score. She looked like she had the try line beckoning for her to score.
Yeah,
Uganda seemingly making a like, oh, Helen Butemi puts in a loose pass and there'll be a knock-on advantage there for Madagascar. Still remain even Steven, 0 Uganda, 0 Madagascar. Definitely a very good show for a debutant team.
yes, very good show, by the way. I mean, 1.5 minutes gone, and the Madagascans are holding their own here, and they're being very
Crouch.
competitive against this very strong
Bind.
Uganda side.
Sit.
And it's going to be Madagascar feed into the scrum. Well, the referee has said that feed was not straight, and it's going to be a Uganda ball. 4.5 minutes remaining to the end of the first half. Uganda trying to build a couple of phases of play here to initiate an attack. What can they do with this ball?
The reliable captain Helen Butemi starts speed work for Uganda. Oh, Atieno unlucky, and the ball gets, slipping off her fingers. And I mean, she's a very graceful player to look at while she's attacking.
She's attacking here, but at a very unlikeliest of time, when you're just about to hit on the gas accelerator,
Chaos,
the ball just
chaos.
drops,
Engage.
and Uganda miss out on an opportunity there.
Crouch.
And so it will be
Bind.
Madagascar to feed the ball into the scrum. What can they
Technically
offer?
showing a lot of resolute work.
Right.
Madagascar
Good
seem to
bind.
be the ones
Good
on the
bind.
upsurge right now, pinning Uganda within their
Crouch.
territory. It's been the story the
Bind.
entire half so far.
Absolutely, Hillary. The Madagascans have been on top.
Get
The
on side.
Madagascar team manages to retain the possession after a very scrappy put-in. Uganda, of course, expected to be very physical in the contact phase.
Roll away. No hands.
Just
No hands.
piling a
Red.
lot of pressure, looking to counteract against Madagascar. Madagascar lucky to get the ball out somehow, and they spread it on out. Now, do they have the speed to be able to burn? Atieno one-on-one with opposite number, and Madagascar look like they can actually outrun the East Africans, and first try scored for Madagascar. How about that?
Madagascar with opening try here. The searing burst of speed there. The Madagascans, Rasonekana Veronique. Rasonekana Veronique with opening try for Madagascar. It's Madagascar 5, Uganda 0.
Look like they have a similar build with Atieno, but Atieno just, outrightly outpaced right there by Veronique. You can see Atieno looks like she's almost getting, but for each and every step she gets on in Veronique, she only gets to Veronique when she's on the way down.
Which is the way down, which is too late in the day. And Madagascar in the lead. Madagascar in the lead.
This is what Sevens Rugby is all about. Are we about to see an upset in the offing?
From the debutants.
Conversion out wide. Scores remain Madagascar 5, Uganda 0.
And Madagascar kick into the Uganda half. Can the Ugandans respond? And once again,
Atieno-
ball handling, letting the Ugandans down in this game.
We have
Ball
seen time and
handling.
time again in the tournament today what Atieno is capable of doing with ball in hand, but for some reason the last 5 minutes have just not gone her way. She's very devastating with ball in hand, has a lot of space to burn, knows where to spot the gap, but all that comes to a naught unless you already have the ball in your hand.
Exactly, yes. And so far, it's Madagascar who seem to be on top. The Ugandans haven't really got out of first gear in this game. And it was a scrum there, but now it has been turned into a rack. It's been turned into a mole. And the Madagascans are piling on the weight at the mole.
Very uncharacteristic play there by the Madagascar team, trying to take the frontal approach against Uganda. Well, they lose a ball possession into Uganda, but so they do have some level of diversity in the game. It's a breath of relief to see that.
It's not just speed only, but also a bit of power there in the mole. And with less than a minute to go, it's Madagascar leading 5-0, but still very much an open game. If only Uganda can get a couple of phases together and string a couple of phases together, they will be in the position. But right now they've been penalized by the referee. And Madagascar again on the attack. Madagascar on the attack, and brilliant piece of move there by Madagascar. But once again,
Veronique loses the ball. Atieno managed to pick this ball up. Uganda trying to just recollect themselves, opting to take the round to go around and consolidate up on the play. Helen Buteme, captain, picks it up, steps out, spreads the ball out. They've got an extra run out on there. Does she have the speed? No. She decides to take the ball on in, gets up on the 20-meter line. Captain Helen Buteme is absolutely everywhere. Referee does the correct call. Madagascar look like they pick the ball up from the side, and Uganda just look like they're ready to start on straight up ahead from that.
Absolutely, the Ugandans now seem to be playing with a lot of more urgency and speed in this game. Can they get a try?
Atieno eventually manages the ball in hand. Does she have the speed to beat Veronique? No, she doesn't. And the touch judge puts the ball up, the flag up in the air. She looks like she walked on out before she passed the ball, and halftime whistle goes.
Halftime whistle has gone. It's Madagascar leading by 5 points to 0 in the ball final of the Confederation of African Rugby tournament here at the Machakos Stadium. And so far it's been Madagascar who have had the edge so far, with Uganda really struggling to get out of first gear, but Madagascar in the lead with the try.
Just at scrummage, just take the hit and then just run over the ball. Helen is doing a lot of pressure there. We need to win the ball there. Okay? Brenda, first you want to
Even the scrum is difficult to have the ball coming out of the scrum.
Let's see what the coaches have to say at half time.
Just letting it flow.
just
Because we could spend all the time resetting.
what's happening? They're getting at the breakdown, they're holding the ball. Just come and sweep over. Sweep anything there. So, Emma.
Yes.
Sure.
For viewers joining us across the continent, welcome to the 2014 Confederation of African Rugby Women's Rugby Sevens.
Captain!
Match going on next, the second half of the ball final, pitting Uganda versus Madagascar. Madagascar, definitely one of the more exciting sides in this year's event. In their first and maiden event, make it to the ball final against an experienced Ugandan outfit, and most importantly, leading 5 points to 0 against Uganda. And straight from kickoff, Madagascar look like they want to go around and cause a meal of problems with Uganda. And Helen Butembe holding on strong. She has been an outstanding warrior for the Ugandan team.
Absolutely.
Green row. Look at yourself. Straight off your feet. Straight off your feet.
The Madagascans have been penalized, and it's going to be a Uganda ball line. Uganda on the attack right now. What can the Ugandans do?
Helen Butembe stay down. She looks like she's in a bit of pain. The Ugandans keep on playing. They get the penalty. Referee will actually look to booking one of the Namibians. I think there was some unfair holding on to the ball in there, and there's a yellow card to Madagascar. Now, will Uganda be able to make the extra player count?
Madagascar reduced to 6 players right now, and Uganda on the ascendancy with Rosberg, Kanyunzi looking very, very strong. Can the Ugandans capitalize on the numerical advantage?
Uganda captain Helen Butembe manages to get back up. She's taking a position in the midfield and awaits a ball to be thrown on in. Still a lot of time to play in this particular half. Referee says ball not thrown in straight, and Madagascar will elect to either have a scrum down or a lineup. They elect to have the scrum down.
And the Ugandans have wasted an opportunity there to get back into this game. With 5.5 minutes remaining in this game, it's still Madagascar 5, Uganda 0.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
The Madagascar team
Happy.
not looking very keen on getting the ball in. Against the head, they lose it to Uganda, and Uganda have an extra man out there. Atieno gets a ball, runs across uncharacteristically, but does enough to get through and scores at the corner. Uganda again parity. 5 points, Atieno.
Uganda are level there. A well taken try, if you ask me. But we're not sure they're going to make it because she was running across. But Uganda are back in this game, and it's 5 points to 5 with the conversion to come for Uganda.
Like I said in the first half, Regina Atieno very devastating ball in hand. She has the speed, knows that she's the gap. Looks like she hindered herself while scoring the try there, but that's a level of devastation that she can cause when she has the ball in hand and she's got space.
Yeah, but she had a miserable first half with too many knock-ons and dropped balls by her. But she's come out stronger in the second half, and she's level matters for the Lady Cranes of Uganda. It's now 5-5 with the conversion to come here at the Machakos Stadium, the Confederation of African Rugby Tournament 2014. And the conversion is missed, so it's 5-5. What an open game we have.
Helen Buteme, what with the conversion, also comes from a family of great rugby players in their own rights, and good to always see her coming back in and just improving from game to game.
Yeah, she's been a pillar for this team for Uganda throughout the whole day. And can Uganda now seize the opportunity to win this game and to win the bowl tournament? Or can Madagascar bounce back? It's Madagascar 5, Uganda 5.
Buteme kicks on. So should this game actually end in a deadlock, there will be sudden death played to determine who the player is. But I think my bet, William, is that we'll actually get a winner in regulation time.
Absolutely, I agree with you. There will be a winner in this game.
Green, roll away.
They're running left, right, getting the ball down on the ruck, but does not give any advantage to the Uganda players because they have 5 players in the ruck. They managed, however, to consolidate on the scrum putting in there.
Scrum.
If that had actually been turned over by Madagascar, that would have been a definite try.
Absolutely, yeah. The Madagascans were well placed. Had formed a very impressive line there to take the ball up to the try line, but now it's going to be a scrum feed. It's still 5-5 to Uganda and Madagascar.
Buteme there in the top of the picture, number 6, Ugandan captain with the scrum putting.
Bind. Set.
They have actually won the last 3 scrums against, and Madagascar managed to turn it against the head. How about that?
What a shocker. And Madagascar on the attack right now. Can they get a try? And it looks like they will get a try. Madagascar.
No, she didn't score. That is absolutely criminal. She got into the try
what
box
a miss
and
of the year.
she butchered it.
She butchered the try there, and it's a 22 dropout. And Helen Butemi with a massive kick towards the Madagascar try box. And what a shocker from Madagascar. What a shocker from Madagascar.
Blimey, will they live to regret that? I
they-
think they might.
They pierce off another move here, but they tackle, and it's a penalty for Uganda. Now, can the Ugandans make this count with a minute and 50 seconds
No, 10.
remaining? And once again, the Madagascans are now 10
No, 10.
meters, and they are getting punished here by the Ugandans. What a miss,
10 meters.
Hillary. That was from Madagascar.
I think we begin to see a lot of that in sevens rugby. Do you recall the Hong Kong tournament a couple of weeks back? We've seen a couple of bloopers that look quite similar to stuff that happened in Hong Kong. This is absolutely,
Release.
it's absolutely comical.
An absolute shocker.
Holding.
And Madagascar get the ball right now.
Referee not too happy with
Referee,
where
10
the
meters.
penalty was taken. Calling it back. Madagascar still keen on, and they repeat the
Advantage
favor.
over.
They punt the ball
Just kick the
deep
ball
into the Ugandan territory.
aimlessly. They should have held on to the ball there and knocked through the faces because they had a one-man advantage there.
Madagascar had this game wrapped up a couple of minutes ago. What in the world happened in the try box?
It was touched on the side.
We're in the final few minutes of the game, actually less than 45 seconds to go, and the score is still 5-5. And believe you me when I say that whoever scores the next try will
Straight
win
line,
this game.
straight.
with the time not being on their side, can Uganda score this try?
Happy?
I think the approach would be not to necessarily look for a try. Even a drop kick can actually, if it's within range, should be able to win this game. Uganda on the upsurge. Ball given to Helen Gizamba. Gizamba does well to return onto the ball. Uganda looking the lively of the two teams in the last 1 minute. Buteme steps on in, drives through, gets a Buteme, pumps on through. Buteme, does she have enough pace to do? She looks like she's done enough to pull her from a defender, and Madagascar will live to do the chance that they butchered moments ago.
Yes, absolutely. They butchered their own try scoring opportunity. And Uganda, with the second try at the death, it will be 10-5 with the conversion to come. And they will definitely now win the ball category.
And who better to score the try than the ever dependable captain Helen Buteme? She has been very, very outstanding.
She's been absolutely fantastic. And the conversion is missed, but who cares? Uganda have won. Uganda 10, Madagascar 5. Well done to Uganda, and commiserations to Madagascar.
Uganda become the bowl champions of the 2014 event of the Curry Women's event. That lady on your screen right there, Helen Buteme, has been very instrumental, leading her team superbly to winning silverware. Maybe a bit disappointed not to have played in the main cup, but they look like they clearly put that disappointment well behind them to emphatically go on through and win the bowl event of the final. Zimbabwe taking on Tunisia.
Zimbabwe taking on Tunisia. Have the Tunisians recovered from that heartbreaking loss to Kenya? We shall find out right now. They're playing Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe lost to South Africa in the first semi by 43 points to 0, while Tunisia lost a nail-biter, 14 points to 10 against the home team Kenya. Can they fight back? Can they bounce back? Do they have the mentality, the legs, and the drive to win this game? Or will it just be another game for them? Zimbabwe about to kick us off in this plate final between Zimbabwe and Tunisia.
Because this is the second time today that two teams are meeting. In the earlier game, in the pool phases, Tunisia managed to comprehensively defeat Zimbabwe 21-0. A lot has actually happened in between then and now. Tunisia have had some level of injuries in their game against Kenya, and Zimbabwe have actually managed to go on through and get into the main cup semi despite all the odds. So would they be able to go around and get that spot and win the plate? It remains to be seen. Will the injuries against the Tunisia side come back to haunt them? Only time will tell. Zimbabwe restoring the captain there, Precious Marange, back into the squad. She had actually been substituted in the rather very dismal second half against South Africa.
Back!
Tunisia very uncharacteristic, dropping the ball at the back, but referee seems happy with it. No knock on there. Rampages on through. That is Alud Gamil rampaging
onside.
Players. And still manage to return the position. Zimbabweans want to actually keep up high. They're looking at getting the turnover possession. They don't. Tunisia get the ball on out. They've got extra numbers out. They're running across. That just seems to kill any advantage that they have. A straight and run better there from Tunisia. That's a short tackle and characteristic in rugby. We've had a short tackle.
Release! Yes. Onside.
Tunisia retain possession.
Advantage!
Ever powerful Abu Tamimi gets onto the ball.
Advantage is over.
Yes.
Oh,
advantage.
Barely the slightest. Rawira Ithmani, who's been the top of the Tunisians, goes under the post.
Number 6,
for the first
number 12. 12 green.
The first try against Kenya.
12 green.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, has scored in every game in this day.
Yes, she's been outstanding for Tunisia today. And that was a neat, clean break from her.
Okay, that's fine.
And once again, they're here.
Let's play.
Okay, I think Abigail Kawonza
Why
realized
has
that
the
if she
Zimbabwe
retained holding on to that, she'd have actually gotten sent off.
This is the second time that we're having the Tunisian players having their hair pulled by the Zimbabweans. Not very good play there from Zimbabwe.
She's lucky to stay on the field of play there. That's actually a yellow card offense because that's dangerous.
Okay.
It's reckless and dangerous.
Reckless and
Ball.
dangerous. So, Tunisia off to a flying start by 7 points to 0.
We will watch on that.
Precious Marange confirming something with the central referee there, trying to understand perhaps an interpretation of a call he made a few moments ago. Tunisia set to kick us off. Khalid Gamil. Tunisia playing in the white and red strip from the left to right of your screens, and Zimbabwe in the white and green strip. Khalid Gamil takes her time. goes high, but Zimbabwe feel it quite well. They run straight back into the Tunisian defense.
Back.
Ball kicked on back, and it's a foot race all of a sudden, back deep into the Zimbabwe territory.
Back.
Tunisia piling up pressure over and over again, looking to counteract. Owen Zimbabwe guilty of lapses in concentration, perhaps there.
Absolutely, there.
Release.
No
hands.
Onside. Of the game.
Onside.
And they are being hammered by the Tunisians here. The Tunisians just using their size to good effect and the speed to finish.
Release.
And they are leading by 7 points to 0. Can they get a second try?
Advantage is over.
Al-Fadali with
great tackle there by Abigail Kawonza. Referee calls for it. I'm not too certain whether that's a try or is that a tackle.
Stop time.
Was it a danger tackle? No. So what do we do?
Start with the scramble.
Start with the scramble.
Consulting there with the assistant referee. Vicious Marani, but we can't get clarity from the Looks like it's a scrum put in for Tunisia.
it's a scrum feeding for Tunisia. They thought they had scored a try.
The Kenya Lionesses.
I mean, it's very uncharacteristic to see a player making it. You'd expect
They were playing, yeah?
it is characteristic of them making a try on the 5-yard line.
The 5-yard line, yes.
Is it the fatigue perhaps catching up?
Fatigue, yes. Fatigue probably is catching up with these players after such a long day.
Set.
Can Zimbabwe regroup? And that's a poor kick. And that surely is a try for Tunisia. And Khalud Gamil with the second try for Tunisia, pushing the score to 12 points to 0. Tunisia 12, Zimbabwe 0.
Christmas comes early for Tunisia. Abigail Kawonza manages to kick the ball straight into the hands of Camille. You just don't do that to someone who has proven time and time again that she can actually execute and finish chances. Tunisia pull on through, 12 points, Zimbabwe 0.
And Zimbabwe right now Zimbabwe now in a spot of bother. They've been outplayed here by the North Africans. The Tunisians with a point to prove after losing to Kenya, chasing the plate category. And they will be kicking into the Zimbabwean side of the half. It's a sunny day here in Machakos. A lush green field. And Tunisia about to kick us off for the second half. About to resume play.
And Tunisia have looked hungry of the sides in this plate final so far. I think they barely made a mistake. They've actually ticked off everything that they set out to do, and it's no wonder that they're actually 14-0 leaders in this game. But Zimbabwe, out of nothing, Ruvimbo Privilege runs 50 meters, but loses the ball after that.
Loses the ball, yes.
Got to give credit to the Tunisian players. They are, in my opinion, the best defense in the entire tournament.
Well coached, yes, and of course, very good with the ball in hand.
Ball goes on out, wide to the Tunisian players. Gamil Khalid gets the ball. Oh, that looked like it was a bit illegal. Referee let his play. That looked like an Amal Danduni landing very hard, but she picks herself up a cup. Abu Temim, very rampaging, draws in all the players. Khalid gets the ball out, pushes it in, and Zimbabwe somehow manages to get the ball into their hands.
Yes. No! It was a turnover there from the Tunisians. Can the Zimbabweans now get some points on the board to make this game interesting? Well, not that way.
Barbara Shumba isolated there by Rem El Khafadli, and Tunisia get the ball, pump it out, and as you'd expect,
brilliant try there.
Comes on in to provide. It's Rawia Ithmani again.
Rawia Ithmani is her second try of the game, and once again the support play from the Tunisians is incredible. It's fantastic. They are holding on to the ball and then wait for the supporting run to come, and the phase of play continues. So let's have it quick. Tunisia 17 points up. Tunisia 19, Zimbabwe 0.
Looks like they've definitely picked themselves up from the disappointment of losing the semi-final against Kenya. Conversion good, scores at the halftime interval, 21 Tunisia, Zimbabwe 0. Do you see Zimbabwe getting back to this game, William?
No, I don't see. They haven't had even the position to actually strike fear into the Tunisians, and it's all Tunisia right now.
Let's go on into the halftime interval. After the second half, we have the last game of the day, the main cup final. South Africa defending champions playing against Kenya. But first, let's listen to what the technical bench will tell the players at the halftime interval.
But fine, they play dirty. So can we? Anity, let's go in there hard and win the game. Let's go in there hard, guys. Hard. We can play harder than these guys. Guys. Decisions, guys. It's all decisions. Stand up, come in for check-in. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team!
Second half of the plate final set to commence. Khalid Gamil kicking off Tunisia from right to left. They decide to go for a short kickoff. Ball goes back to Tunisia in possession. They're looking like they want to deny all levels of position to Zimbabwe. And they're very disciplined side, the Tunisians.
Release!
Show great form in offense and in defense. Great levels of discipline. Get the ball to one of the most outstanding players, Abu Temimi. Temimi gets the ball on out to... Whoa, that is and unfortunately, Amen Garbi just touches the touchline on her way to the try line. Great work in there by Abu Temimi. Quickly passes the ball to Garbi, Ameni, and Ameni just very, very unlucky to touch the touchline on her way to the try line. You can see from a she's not very happy about that, and it's definitely never a good thing for a winger to break on through and with the try line beckoning manages to not score.
Yes,
must be very painful for her.
You could see her reaction on the face there. She wasn't very happy with that. And it's going to be a line-out for Zimbabwe. Tunisia looked like scoring their fourth try of the match.
Straight, what do you want? Line out, scrum down.
On the chalk. And it's going to be... It was a line-out, and now it's going to be a scrum
line out,
for
scrum down. Yeah?
Tunisia. Tunisia leading here by 21 points to nil in the second half of the plate final. Remember, coming up after the break is a match we've all been waiting for between Kenya and South Africa. It's a repeat of the pool game played early in the afternoon where South Africa won by 21 points to 5. But I think being a final and being at home, Kenya will want to impress. The Tunisians with the line out. Poor line out there by the Tunisians, and the Zimbabweans get the ball here. Zimbabwe. Can they make something out of this game? Can they get a try?
Release 9!
Precious Pazani got the ball and absolutely had no idea what to do with it. Ran straight into the Tunisian defense, gets pulled on down. No advantage into Zimbabwe yet. They're still pinned within their territory, and that was an almost intercepted pass. Captain Precious Marange gets the ball, punts it further down. A little bit better by the Zimbabwe team. They're chasing in Parks in there. Ball picked up quickly by Deka Camille. Camille runs on through. Precious Marange tackles Camille. Ball out loose. Zimbabwe can only need to pick the ball and pass it out. Pass doesn't get there. It's a comedy, a litany of errors right now.
It's a comedy of errors because I thought they should have released the ball and knocked a bit of a face there, but everyone is attempting to keep the ball from Zimbabwe. Can they do something with this ball?
We did see that late Abigail Kawonza scoring 4 tries in the first game, but she's since faded progressively as Zimbabwe played game after game. Being held up in the referee says that it's okay. Yes, the man will get the ball on out. Ruvimbo Privilege gets the ball, runs as far as almost knocked on. And I think the oncoming Tunisian player just did enough to rattle the Zimbabwe defense. And all of a sudden, Yoges has got Rawia Ithmani off again. Rawia Ithmani, she just keeps on popping up over and over again, and she scores a second try of the match, third try of the match.
Third try of the game. It's 26 points to 0 for Tunisia. Tunisia comfortably running away with this match right now. After that disappointing exit at the hands of Kenya, they have fought back, they have bounced back.
Yeah.
And you can see the conditions of altitude taking a toll on themselves, on the Tunisian players. But they won't mind that. They are leading here by 26 points to 0 with 3.5 minutes remaining to the end of the match.
Rawia Ithmani, a great athlete in her right. I mean, to play at this particular level, you need to have been trained over and over again, and she's showing the grit, tenacity, and ability to be able to just keep on moving on through. You see her doing long-range 60-meter dashes 3 or 4 times in a game, and she just doesn't get tired.
Absolutely, Hillary. A very great athlete, very confident athlete, and Tunisia leading now by 26 points to 0, and Zimbabwe clearly out of it right now. Out of this game, with Khalud Gamil about to kick into the half.
Behind.
It's 26-0 to Tunisia.
There's 2 minutes still on the clock to play. Tunisia well in control of this match. I mean, unless barring any unforeseen calamity, I can certainly say that Tunisia look like they'll be the 2014 plate champions of the CAR Women's Rugby Sevens event.
And another raid from the Tunisians there. They've
Tackler 10.
brilliantly well, and now looking for the gaps to exploit. Can they get another try here? Here come the Tunisians again.
Rawia Ifmani this time does not go the entire way. Passes the ball back to Deka Kimley. Deka Kimley scores at the corner. Zimbabwe have had absolutely no response whatsoever for Tunisia.
Yes, not even as the possession from the Zimbabwe side has been very negligible. It's been too little. But once again, Tunisia showing their pedigree in this game, and that is try number 5 for Tunisia. Tunisia running away with the plate category here, leading by 31 points to 0, and Zimbabwe with a substitution, but clearly being outplayed and outclassed.
Tunisia finished second in last year's event, which they hosted. Will have to settle for 3rd place in Nairobi.
Let's move out.
Of course, the finalists have already been decided. South Africa and Kenya play in the final of the main cup event, and the 2 teams in the final also get a chance to move into the next qualifying round to participate and represent Africa in the women's edition of the IRB Sevens.
That's good news for the Kenya team, which has been crying out for exposure and international tournaments. That will do them a world of good to attempt to qualify for the IRB Rugby 7 Series
Time your run.
World Series tournament. But Tunisia right now hammering the Zimbabweans. They're leading by 31 points to 0 with less than a minute to go here at the Machakos Stadium. It's a Confederation of African Rugby Tournament 7s being held in Machakos. We are playing the plate final right now, and it's Tunisia
Line out.
33 points.
Greens ball.
William, I believe in miracles, but this is done and dusted. We'll be asking for a bit too much, right?
A bit too much from Zimbabwe. They get the best they can get is a consolation try. And once again, a miscued line out. And Tunisia showing all intents and purposes the hunger and desire to win this game.
Wrestling out of that particular contact phase. Driving on through the Zimbabweans is Huda Ben Abdi, showing some great strength in there. Tunisia retained the ball possession.
Advantage.
Zimbabwe managed to get the ball onto their side somehow. Referee calls for scrum.
Knock on.
I think there's a knock on in
Scrum.
there.
Greens ball.
No time on the clock. This is definitely the last move of the game.
Let's have a scrum.
You can see a visibly agitated and frustrated Precious Marange speaking to the referee in there, probably begging him to blow the final whistle.
No, yeah, it's been a tough day for Zimbabwe at the office, but they've been played by very good Tunisia side. They've just done the basics very well.
Crouch.
And Tunisia
Bind.
going to walk away with the
Set.
plate category title here.
Ali shoved in the scrum gives Zimbabwe a half penalty. This is definitely the last play of the game. Tunisia have actually run away with this one 31 points to 0. The third judge calls the center referee. He seems to have seen something.
Yes.
Is that ball over there?
Yeah.
Number 12.
12, green or red?
12 red.
Yeah.
The referee, I need to get on to the
sanction?
next segment.
Yellow.
Okay. 12 red. 12 red. Twos.
Tunisia
Hey, ha. Kolo.
with an unsellable lead of
Koloha.
7 points to 0.
It could appear that there's a bit of mischief in there. Referee summoning Tunisia's Amal Dandouni. Yellow card out. It will be consequential because the final buzzer's gone. She claps for herself, claps for her teammates. All of them are clapping for her. They seem excited. None of them is perturbed. They had this done and dusted long ago. So Zimbabwe may have a chance to get a point in And the captain elects not to take that chance. Precious Marange has had enough of the tournament. Final scores and the plate winners of the 2014 event is Tunisia winning emphatically against Zimbabwe 31 points to 0.
Yes, 31 points to 0 is the final score. Zimbabwe completely outplayed Tunisia, bouncing back from the defeat against Kenya. And now we shall play the main cup final. Right after this break, we'll have the main cup final between. With South Africa winning by 21 points to 5, but now the pressure goes a bit higher because it's a final, and you can see the trophy is right there in the middle before the teams come out. And I think we're going to have the national anthems of South Africa and Kenya. Joining me is Hilary Teller.
This is a big one, William. This is what everyone has been waiting for. This is what all these teams have been training for. In your picture there, South African captain Redford Dazel himself, an established sevens player. We'll start off with the South African anthem first.
Republic of Kenya.
Buzzing up. The local crowd is trying to get behind their team. This is what all teams have actually been preparing. We've had 8 teams that started the tournament today. Only 2 make it to the makeup final. It will be Kenya playing against South Africa.
Whoa. Big game, by the way. And the Kenyan players, 2 Kenyan players didn't play in the pool game, and I expect them to start. Philadelphia Orlando is back in the squad. And Kenya just must believe in themselves to win this game. Cut out on the mistakes, pressure the South Africans, and play their hearts out. The fans are behind them. Let's go, Kenya. But we expect a cracking game. It's Kenya versus South Africa, the CAR Cup final, the women's sevens final here at Machakos. This is a big one. It's a big game. And the next 20 minutes will tell us who will win this encounter.
starting on from right to left from the screen is Kenya. Dori Ramon kicks it deep into the South African territory, and South Africa, Jonas Ine, doing well to retain the possession on the ball. There'll be advantage in there. There was some sloppy passing, and Kenya will get the scrum putting, getting the chance to do the first foray within the South African territory.
Absolutely, it's a good start for Kenya there, by the way. Not that they did anything, but the South Africans have just cracked under the bit of pressure there. Kenya should be able to maximize and take advantage of these opportunities. There won't be so many, but they have to take advantage and maximize opportunities in this game.
Scrum put in by Irene Otieno, a bit sloppy. Irene Otieno did not play in the last pool game. Kenya versus South Africa, together with Philadelphia, Orlando. They are the two new inclusions in this starting lineup.
And South Africa on the attack again here. South Africa on the attack, but Great Verushka able to hold on to the ball and
step back.
Possession.
Gordon Osifio showing some great strength in there, shrugging off Janet Owino and making her look quite pedestrian.
And South Africa on the attack, they've really pressurized the Kenyan scrum from that put-in on their side, and now it's South Africa who on the attack.
Okay, leave it now, red,
The
release.
Kenyans trying to, well, they've been penalized. Kenya has been penalized, and it's going to be South Africa, and they've been taking it quickly, and the referee says, no, that is not the mark. This is the mark, so it will be come back. If you're just joining us, this is the Confederation of Africa Rugby Final. Kenya versus South Africa at Machakos, 60 kilometers away from Nairobi. Fantastic day of rugby. The lights are up and running, and we expect a cracking game. Still 0-0.
Let's go.
So far, and Simas Matrin trying to look for some gaps and opportunities there in the Kenyan side. Can they score from here? They've spread it out wide, but they've spilled the ball there, so a bit of nerves on the South African side.
Jordan Zine, the captain, South African captain, very, very careless there, spilling the ball. And she looked like she had a very nice offensive line forming up there. Irene Otieno gets a chance to put in the ball. She missed the last pool game. Will she be the trump card? Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell. Still early days in this final.
Steady.
Early days. Can the Kenyans make this count?
Much better put in by Irene. She decides to take the ball in. She passes the ball and she didn't need to.
And it's a blunder there by the Kenyans. Oh, but well, can they recover from that?
South Africa returned the favor quickly, but Irene Otieno did not need to pass the ball. It looked like the South African defense was opening it up.
Step back.
Referee asked the Kenyan defense line to move on back.
It's a kick chase.
The ball all the way back. The ball goes dead.
Goes dead. That
Spirit scrum.
We've survived. I think the Kenyan team has survived there. That was a brilliant intercept. And Kenyans were all at sea. They were in 6s and 7s. And South Africa looking very dangerous with ball in hand.
Irene Otieno guilty there of not looking at the situation, because the South Africans were clearly going for an intercept. If she decided to dash right through, it had opened up and she probably would have been stopped at the try line.
Yes, I guess should have been stopped at the try line, but Kenyans will learn that from that mistake.
Scrum put in for Kenya from the wayward kick by Zene Jordan, the South African captain. Irene Otieno doesn't really look happy with herself. She's done well for the past opening minutes. Other than the wayward pass, she's actually been stable and much more improved Kenyan scrummaging in this particular game.
Play advantage coming up early.
It's Kenya on the attack right now.
Celestine Masinde decides to go on straight, shrugs in, twist from one tackle. Irene picks the ball. Very quick dynamic passes from the Kenyans. You can actually see Irene Owino getting the ball, moving on through. She's got Philadelphia Orlando. Does she need extra support? She goes on the tackle. Philadelphia Orlando is there. They need to get quick balls, and the South Africans are slow in getting back. And will the referee play advantage? No, he doesn't. Another ruck is taken on in. They look like the offside on the defense line. Referee lets that go. Philadelphia Orlando takes the ball in, beats one, beats two, gets second on 15 meters later on. Kenya still on the rampage to 30%. Irene Owino gives to Doreen Remora, captain, decides to go on straight, and those are the gaps that have actually been getting. The South Africans are looking for the intercept. Doreen gets boxed on her, but she has support on her right. She decides to pop. Luckily managed to get into the hands. The South Africans are going on for the intercepts, and that might actually cost them the game. That's what Irene should have done in the last. Oh no, wayward pass. It is actually How did that happen, William?
How did that happen? But I'm wondering.
Looks like it went forward. Referee agrees,
Forward
and
pass, but
still 0-0.
South Africa, the Kenyan team should just be patient. I think there was no need for that pass, by the way. Just a little bit of patience, probably from our Kenyan girls, probably would have given us a try, but it's still our ball. Let's wait and see if we can take advantage with it and get an opening try.
I think South Africa reviewed a couple of the Kenyan games and realized that they're long passes. So within the first opening minutes, you can see them going in for the intercepts, and you can see Doreen Remote punish the defense line in there. If she had a little bit more gas, she'd probably have gone on through to score the try. Wooful in there, Wooful in there, Wooful pass in there. Doreen Remote manages to go back in there. The captain is all over the place. Pretty much a fight for country and pride. Zine Jordan takes the ball on in. Janet Wino smashes her on the ground. The defense and Celestine Masinde goes on through. South African still 7, step in and out, and there's a clear path to the does it, and Irene Otieno cannot catch up. Gets beaten in out by Gordon Ovisio. Gordon Ovisio, who was guilty of butchering a chance about 2 minutes ago, opens up the scores for the South Africans. South Africa 5, Kenya 0.
Oh, what a cracking game we're having here. The South Africans have taken the lead there through Gordon Osipio, and Jordan Zene will go for the conversion. And the South African ladies team with the advantage in the lead.
Zine Jordan looked like she was in a spot of bother in the semi-final game. Interesting to see if she'll be able to finish the game, because she was in a spot of bother in the semi-final match against Zimbabwe.
Yes. She was struggling, but she seems to have recovered, and South Africa have taken the lead from. It was a Kenyan mistake, if you ask me. A Kenyan mistake.
Sucker punch there by the Lady Blitzboker, turning defense into offense and sprinting 70 yards to open up the scores in this year's 2014 final of the Confederated Rugby Women's Sevens tournament, playing in Machakos, Kenya, East Africa.
And it's South Africa leading 7-0. They have taken the restart and they've given it to Kenya. And it's in the Kenya side. What can Kenya do with this ball right now? They need something to tie up this match.
Doreen Remote makes a meal of it. Oh, absolutely shocking there. Still game on. Kenya still on the rampage. They managed to get the ball.
The ball.
Says that the player was...
on the mark, step.
From the corner, you can actually see Irene Nandua going down in... Linda Nandua, I beg your pardon, going down in a spot of bother.
Green, yes, all for me.
To hold up the play.
Green.
Like she landed awkwardly in the challenge from the right.
Green, wait for me.
Awkwardly from the kickoff there, from the restart. And it's going to be South African ball the moment the injury clears up.
Okay, that one.
South Africa.
Go Green, go Green.
It's the Confederation of African Rugby Women's Sevens final here in Machakos. The last game of the day, the final. South Africa on the attack once again. Jordan Zene, and she gives it to Gordon Osipio, the try scorer. Held up there by very strong Kenyan defense.
Get back.
But Kenya now under pressure. They must make their tackles count. And a jinking run there from Jordan Zene. Can she get it? No. And it goes out again.
Kenyans looking like they're defending much better. Lots more better coordination. Doing the banana defense, trying to box out the players, and on the odd occasion that they got exposed there by Gordon Osipio, look like a much improved side compared to the side that lost early on in the day 12-21 to South Africa.
Yes, South Africa are playing more of kicking over the Kenyan defense, but the kicks are not working so far yet. And some respect for Kenya. It will be a Kenyan ball with less than 40 seconds to go to the end of the first half. South Africa leading by 7 points to 0.
Steady.
A try by Gordon Osipio. Can Kenya bounce back? And it's a brilliant break there. It's a brilliant break. Does she have the gas? No, she doesn't.
Breaks out, but she doesn't have the gas to move her through. Much more improved Kenyan side. Definitely picking up strength from the energy that the crowd is giving onto them. They decide to take the approach that is straight up. Irina goes on in. She gets isolated. I think the referee will lay on a no advantage.
Use
South
up.
Africa lead the ball. Irene gets the ball. Irene Otieno gets the ball. Looks for someone to support. No one's coming on through. She gets isolated. Quick rack needed in there for Kenya to get something before they have to. Buzzer goes. Doreen Raymond looks to pass. Doesn't. Stays on end. I don't know if she's actually short on ideas there.
Yeah, she's short on ideas, and it's...
Holds on to the ball. Referee not too happy with that. Turnover advantage. South Africa get the ball right at the halfway mark.
0-5.
I thought the Kenyan team there had run out of ideas.
Get back,
Yes.
guys.
They have
Get
run out
the
of
10,
ideas.
yes, the 10,
They
Ray.
didn't know what to do with the ball. If to attack, if to go out wide. And South Africa kicked the ball out. And it's halftime here in the final of the Confederation of African Rugby Tournament here in Machakos. South Africa leading by 7 points to nil. A try scored by Gordon Osipiwo in the 4th minute, and it's South Africa leading by 7 points still, but a very tight game. Kenya still very much in this game. Let's hear what the coaches have to offer and say in this first half.
Right down here.
Sir, ukibreak, kibia mpaka utakuliwe. Sir, blind side, keep on
Then we get the ball. Roesta score. Maak op jou mind. Binne buite. Moenie gaan vassteek nie. Buite binne kom jy in. Nee. We have this game. Easy.
the ball. Once they are coming up, kick kwa pocket tuko. Post number 4 na mbio. Sasa, decisiveness. If you make a decision to take the ball in hard. Don't be too mindful of taking the ball. No attack pass. Defensive for Sawa. Let's keep on working hard. Let's keep on looking at the inside channel. Work hard for your teammate. She'll work hard for you. That is 10 minutes.
Summers? Ja. Moenie vir my wys is moesie. Want ek gaan nie vir jou afval nie. Jy wag vir my om te sê ek moet vir jou afval. Jy 2 keer mooi teruggewerk, né? Sê ek nie vir ouma, maar jy hom vir haarself.
Second, I've said 2 comments. Not a lot to Inasa's distance compared in tactical awareness in this particular game so far. South Africa with a 7-point advantage, but Kenya have actually looked very solid in the first half. Very unlucky not to have scored. Have actually managed to jink through the defense of South African backline a couple of times. But 7 more minutes to see who will actually be crowned the 2014 Queen of Africa Women's Sevens Rugby.
Yes. What can Kenya do? Kenya, the referee has called back for it. It's going to be
Hey, line out.
a proper line out. There was a quick line out taken by Kenya. And
Line in the middle.
back.
On the line, get back.
Both teams are electing to retain the same players who started in the first half. No changes made yet. Looks like it's a typical adage, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Good line out take from the Kenyan side.
Doreen Raymond passing the ball to herself. They're lucky to maintain the ball in there.
Okay, step. Oh.
South Africa not keen on going into the breakdown, and Irene Otieno spots a gap, pops it into the wrong hands.
Wrong hands.
Good unlucky there.
Get release, right.
But Kenya competing very well in the racks and the breakdown area, if you ask me.
Celeste Masinde shoots on up. The Kenyan defense holding on quite well. We've got Spitzer, Celeste Masinde, and Janet Awino on the outside, but Janet Awino still tracking the South African offensive line. South Africans opting to take the ball in, trying to relax the Kenyans. Place a banana defense again. The South Africans just pushing on, but they're losing up on territory, retaining the possession. However, Philadelphia Orlando does make the tackle, and it'll be a line-out throw-in for Kenya.
Yeah, line out throw in for Kenya, and the Kenyan defense, as Hilary you've said, is holding very firm. Kenya not giving away missed tackles in this game so far. And they've held very firm. It's still 7-0 to South Africa with 8.5 minutes remaining to the end of this game. Lots of time, that is. Can Kenya bounce back and grab a try or two?
The Kenyan ladies have run the South African players close in various games, but have never won. So will this be the first game that Kenya defeats South Africa? We've got another 5 minutes to find out if that will be the case.
Hold back line outside.
Sorry, 7 minutes to confirm if that will be the case. Referee does not like the look of that, and Kenya have a penalty advantage right on the 10-meter line. Irene Otieno confirming whether she should be able to go for the line out. They elect to run the ball. Caution being thrown to the wind right there. Celestine Masinde and Doreen Remo. That was expected, the interchange. Doreen decides to pop the ball to Janet, who did not expect it, and almost making a meal out of it. Kenya still retain the ball possession. Counter-up by South Africa.
11 red from the side.
Like that, Kenyan player did not come into the tunnel, and
Yeah, but you still from the side. Get back
I
there.
thought maybe she should have gone for the kick for territory and playing the South African half. And South Africa on the attack again. And South Africa piling on the pressure right now. They're smelling blood. The Kenyan defense
Get on each other.
to be exposed, but some good tackling there from the Kenyan defense.
Get step. Get back, Red. Get back. Use that.
They have a couple of players found on what will they make it count. Go straight
Release.
to the defense line. They seem to have extra men
Get
out,
back.
but the Kenyan
Step.
defense line is picking up themselves
Use that.
quickly. Someone straight on end. Step in, step out to Gordon. Nosifiwo scores a second try.
Gordon Nosifiwo, and that try to me, if you ask me, was coming. That try was coming. This has been pressure by the South Africans. Is finally telling off, and it's now 12-0. And Kenya have all to do in the second half with 5 minutes remaining. Good try from Nosifiwo there. South Africa 12, Kenya 0. It's the final of the Confederation of African Rugby Women's 7th tournament in Machakos. And Jordan Zene will be looking to add the extra 2 points.
A calm approach would perhaps get the Kenyans some points in this, because no sooner than they actually make a foray in that, they just make a meal of it, spill out possession, place unforced errors, and they have actually gifted South Africa in this game. Zine Jordan, not good with the conversion. Scores remain 12 South Africa, Kenya 0. There's still a lot of time to play in here, but the Kenyans need to place in a bit more confidence. They actually have the form. They've been able to try and whittle South Africa off this game. They've gifted them a couple of chances, and I mean, out of nothing, South Africa leading this game, and Kenya need to take a lot of positives from that.
Yeah, they need to take a lot of positives, but I just think they also need to make their chances count. As it's long kick there by South Africa, and it goes out, and we shall have a line out.
Middle.
Kenyans are going to put this line out here.
South Africa don't look like they'll be contesting for this one. They've elected to stay out. Kenya having a free line out in there. Doreen Ramon, dummy monsters. I think the South Africans have realized that she likes the ball in, and she should actually try and look at another way of playing the ball. Irene Otieno decides to kick overhead. Ball goes out just meters after the 22-meter line. It'll be a line-out throw-in for South Africa.
Yeah, it's a line-out throw, but Kenya's still very much in their own territory right now. And we basically got 4.5 minutes remaining.
You can just show me off the flash.
The Kenyans are playing with a lot of
Red, open up.
But that's, the execution is what for me is lacking in the Kenya side.
Interesting, look at the South Africa lineup. When they're doing a defense, they put one person out to go around and defend the extra line, and then put 2 in there. So if Kenya actually get the ball on out, they'll still have 1 extra person to beat, because they'll have 3 still remaining in the lineup.
Step.
Yes.
Very clever play from them there.
Very clever play. And South Africa running the ball out wide.
Release. Hold. Use it.
Dead smack in the 22-meter line. They're trying to look for Platy. Platy spreads the ball out. They're looking for their good luck charm. The ball does not go to their good luck charm, Gordon Nosifiwo.
Yes.
So it goes down for a ruck on the 22-meter line. They're still building up on pressure. They brought in Creel Jackie. Creel Jackie gives it to the captain, Jordan. Jordan looks to dummy. Celestine Masinde does not buy the dummy, unfortunately. Still
Play advantage.
Contest. South Africa leading 12.0. 3 minutes remaining. They decide to take the fast route one approach. Irene with a good tackle in there. Great racking ability in there by the South Africans, showing great strength. Philadelphia Orlando needed to have made that tackle early. Referee does not like the previous rack. Takes it back for a penalty advantage for the South Africans.
Offside.
South Africa leading by 12 points to 0, and they're actually playing in the Kenyan 22 as we speak. With 2.5 minutes remaining to the end of this game. It's looking grimmer and grimmer by the day.
Wat wil hij maken? Wat wil hij maken?
Jordan Zine showing great levels of experience, opting to go for the 3 points. Showing that they're perhaps just trying to pull on away as opposed to scoring tries. They realize 3 points is as good as anything.
Absolutely, Hillary. They have realized they can't break the Kenyan defense. And right now they are going for the three-pointer to extend the lead to 15. Does it go in? Yes, and it goes in. 15-0. South Africa with the penalty. Yes, various ways to skin a cat. South Africa 15, Kenya 0. Less than 2 minutes remaining to the end of this game. The final of the Confederation of African Rugby. Remember, South Africa are the defending champions. Can Kenya find their way back in this game?
I think the penalty conversion may have been the final nail on the coffin. With less than 2 minutes to play, it looks like the Kenyans have been given a sucker punch. They do get a chance to restart because that kickoff went straight on out. So Irene Otieno picking the ball up. Kenya need to score right now to be able to go around and see if at all they can get something of this game and not run into contact like that, because that just gets the on the clock. Plus a turnover.
Leave it to it.
Turnover.
Release.
Quickly taken, and all of a sudden, defense becomes offense. And despite showing on the defense angle, they've not been able to work up
Play advantage of sight
as well as they probably would have wished. The Kenyan
absolutely agree. I think this just reminds me of Kenya versus South Africa in the RB7 circuit. They deny us possession, and when we get the ball, we don't do anything with it. So South Africa on the attack. Less than a minute to go to the end of this game.
Get back!
And the referee instructed the Kenyans to get back.
Get advantage over.
Jordan Zine taking a time before getting the ball on out. The extra 5-6 seconds, of course, definitely comes to
Release, right!
We have about less than 40 seconds remaining. I think it's safe to say that South Africa will retain their title as being the rugby queens of the 7 squad in Africa.
In Africa, yes. South Africa just playing out the time right now, eating into the seconds, playing a pick and roll game. And here comes Mayongo Nomapelo, tackled there by the Kenyan defense.
It would appear that the only thing the Kenyans have done is tackle, tackle, and tackle again.
And that's a brilliant kick there from and the kick has gone out. And that's it. South Africa are your Confederation of African Rugby Champions 2014 with a hard-fought victory over Kenya there by 15 points to 0. Their second victory over the day over Kenya, but well done to Kenya, who have really played their hearts out, but just the execution just didn't work out for them. But well done to Kenya, well done to South Africa. South Africa are your champions in 20.
Of the Kenya Lionesses, who have just lost in the final of the CAR Africa Women's Sevens to South Africa 15-0. Kevin, first of all, congratulations on reaching the final. Secondly, your thoughts on the game?
I think the game, the girls played their all. At the end of the day, what we talked about coming to this tournament, I told the girls just to express themselves in that pitch. Last year out, looking at last year's performance, we managed number 4, this year number 2. So that means there's development in the squad, and I'm pretty proud of the girls about their performance today.
I'd also like to get your views on the tournament in general, your pool play, and of course the path to the final.
Definitely, we knew we were going to meet. We knew we were meeting Madagascar, a team we've never played against before. We were meeting Senegal, a team we played against last year, and of course South Africa, who are actually the favorites and the defending champions. So we knew we had to win the first 2 games to get into the semi-finals, and that's exactly what the players did. Although we went and lost the third game, the deciding pool game to South Africa, but I believe it's progress. Looking at the past few ties against South Africa, from beating us 36-0 to coming now to beating us by a margin of only 2 tries. So I can see there's development, and not in the near future, definitely will turn the tables on them.
Thank you very much, Bling, as you're commonly referred to by your fans. And once again, all the best in your future endeavors.
Cheers, thanks.
I'm with Doreen Raymond, captain of the Kenya Lionesses. Congratulations on reaching the final.
Thank you.
Tough luck. You lost 15-0 to South Africa. Yes. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, when we are starting the game, we know South Africa is a good game, a good team. So we knew the game is going to be hard, and we have fought what we did And I know in future everything is going to be good.
We played the tournament today. Just want to find out, how was the tournament in general for you?
Because it's our first time hosting. Experience was good because we only lost in the finals and our aim was to reach the main cups and we did that.
Okay, thank you very much, Doreen. Congratulations once again on reaching the final and all the best in your future endeavors. I'm with the coach of the victorious South African Sevens team that has just retained the Africa Cup Sevens. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the title win. Your thoughts on the game?
Thoughts on the game, it was a tough final. It's an unusual tournament. Normally, the ladies play 3 games and then there's a second day. But they play 5 consecutive games in one day and it's tough on them. Plus a final with 10 minutes each. So the ladies, we didn't play to our structures the first 2 games, but from the 3rd game onwards, we showed character.
All right. The tournament in general, how was it for you?
I think it's my first tournament in Africa with a woman. We've been to Hong Kong, we've been to Dubai, we played well there. And I think this was a big challenge for us because we didn't know the teams that we're playing with.
What are the future plans for you and your team?
The future plans for us is after this, we offer 3 weeks and we go to Amsterdam in May. And then there's the World Series qualifier in September.
All right. Once again, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations and all the best in your future assignments.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah,
all one. Get in the captain.